I paint female figures to tend to make people understand that these persons, this particular gender, they are equal. They should be given equal rights. They should be given same position in the society because why I do that and why I've always considered myself as a change artist and my works will stand as a symbol of change and hope within now, even while I'm alive and while I'm gone.
Wema, yes, I'm so grateful to be here with you. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. Same here. I'm happy to and delighted to meet with you. So my name is Nusawema. I'm a visual artist based in Lagos, Nigeria. I received my basic tertiary education and primary education in Edo State, Nigeria, before proceeding to the prestigious Federal Polytechnic Auchi, where I majored in industrial arts, painting. But the journey is a two-way thing. 2014, I went to Auchi Polytechnic for my general arts, where I majored in general arts, like a basic to receive a proper art foundation from the one I received back when I was growing up from, will I say, what will I use? The one I received from my parents' house. So 2014, I went for my ordinary national diploma. In 2015, I majored for an higher national diploma where I majored fully in painting. So I rounded up my higher national diploma in 2017 from the prestigious Auchi Polytechnic, where after that I did my National Youth Service orientation course in Jos, Nigeria. That's Plateau State. So since then, I've been into full-time studio practice where I'm currently based in Lagos, where I'm practicing. I am into abstract figuratism. I tend to merge the abstract and the human forms using my oscurized pattern, like I always tell people, using my oscurized patterns and scribbles on the faces of my artwork. So basically, I've been practicing, I've been exploring my basic environment, I've been exploring humans, their behavioral pattern. So, and basically, I work with acrylic. Acrylic is my main medium that I work with, but I also make use of charcoal, spray paints, and other available materials I find in my environment. So, I participated in a few exhibitions, which the latest is with the Brooklyn Art Gallery, which are Beavers in US, in the United States. So not too much long story. I met Richard late 2025 on Instagram. I was scrolling past, so I saw his page. So I just let me just give this page a follow. I feel this art gallery might like my kind of artworks because after I viewed, I discovered that is the gallery they collect abstract figurisms also. So I was like, okay, let me give it a try. So I was so surprised. To my greatest surprise, immediately I followed. I got a DM back like, "Hi, how are you? I am Richard, the owner of Richard Beavers Gallery in the United States." I was like, "Whoa, are you serious?" It was like, "I like your works and I would love us to work together." I was like, okay, because most of the times we received random DMs over here in Nigeria on Instagrams, getting galleries. Like there was this one that chatted me up early 2025 or so. Like we scheduled a meeting and all of that. And after the schedule of the meeting, we spoke about the exhibition and that was how this person went off. I didn't get to hear from this person anymore. So when Richard came, I felt like will it be same, but I should give it a try. So we fixed our first Zoom meeting. We spoke on Zoom, and after that was like he's interested in signing me into his gallery so they can represent me fully in the US. He asked the question, "Are you represented in the US?" I was like, "No, I'm not represented in the US. Though I have, will I say I have collector based in the US, but I don't have a gallery who is currently representing me." So it was like, "Oh, we're working on something. We're planning an exhibition looking for Cherry." I was like, "Whoa." I was like, "Okay." let me give it a try. Will I say my work over times have been able to pass messages to the end users or to his end users because my work speaks so different about from other things all other artists do out there. I feel like my work stand out because of my pattern and my means of exploration and the way I tell my story. So I would say when people fondly call me or Wema, my work talks about our day-to-day experience, how we live, how we cohabitate in our locality. I always tell people that my work stands as an art of truth. There is no hidden lies when viewing my work. My work comes out straight. I don't have to tell I don't have to tell a collector or an art lover that this is what my work is talking about. When you see my work, you tend to it generates its own story. So my art is an art of truth and is an art for everybody. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's beautiful. I love your work. I
Thank
really do.
So works already on a collection process. So it talks about the struggle. It talks about the struggle of the black man leaving your comfort zone. Because when you hear about the black race, you hear about migration. We tend to migrate from our locality, we tend to migrate from our continent to go to other continents, to explore life, to be able to provide for ourselves. Because I always tell people whenever it comes to the black race, it's all about adaptability. We always try to adapt wherever we find ourselves. So that work talks about the man with a many coat of many with a coat of many colors, standing out no matter the problem, no matter the challenges of life. This person tends to still come out strong. So I titled that painting "Coat of Many Colors," and he's seated with a very beautiful pose on on a wooden chair. That means it's I took it as me against me against the world, me against my problem. I will still see a way of showing out strong. I'll still see a way of showing out confident because what actually inspired me to create that painting, I witnessed something while growing up of a young man who left Nigeria to Europe. So the guy worked day and night just to be able to fend for himself and to feed his family back here in Africa. So I guess along the line, he was arrested, then he was deported back to Nigeria. So when he came back to Nigeria, things weren't actually fine, but he was just able to gather the few pieces just to come up again, started something, and along the line, he eventually things started working fine for him and it became very, very successful. So when I talk about coat of many colors and I get the opportunities to share the stories behind that particular painting with anybody, they'll just be like, wow, wow, wow. Because majority of my works they are based on life experiences. I tend to produce my works from things I've seen, not based on frictions, but things I've seen, people have interacted with.
Your mom also is an artist. So I'm curious about the conversations, the communication.
My mother, she was like the major tool that actually pushed and gave me the support I needed in studying arts or of me becoming an artist today because her major interest, she wanted to be a sculptor, but along the line, she had to go study history stroke education. So it still plays along the line of art because whenever you hear art, there's history. So my basic primary knowledge about art was her because while growing up, I could see some of her work she did. Where I play with her oil colors. I just tend to just play. I play with her colors, and she just kept on encouraging me, like, okay, if this is what you want to go for, you can go for it. And along the line, my dad also, I'll just say, apart from my mom, my dad also played a major role because he was the financier mom was giving me the moral support. So dad was there to finance my journey through art school. So I would say my mom was like the basic pillar of me going through art school today because anybody that seen me then and see what I was doing, they'll be like, wow, I think this was what your mom wanted to study and now you are going for it. That means it runs in the family. Go, 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 go. So even while I was in art school, she goes for art supplies, gets me art books. And even till now, like this morning, we normally talk. I tell her like I have an exhibition currently. I'm working. I'm trying to fix this. I'm trying to fix that. And there are times I'll need some kind of paintings and I'll need a title. I could just pick my phone and say, "Hi, can I get this title from you?" And that's how it goes. Then along the line, my partner, which is my wife, she's also a basic pillar. She's also a basic pillar in my work because I met her while I was in art school. So I just feel like talking about my art journey, I have great people who have actually invested in me becoming what I am today. So or I say she's my teammate because she's the first person to see whatever I am producing before anyone gets to see it. So I'll just say I am blessed with good support system.
You are so blessed. I can see that in your work. It's just beautiful, beautiful. Now, so you are part of the exhibition looking for Terry, and you're getting ready for a new exhibition.
Yeah, with this year with the Art Richard Beavers Gallery, I'll be having a solo with them this year. Within the second stroke the third quarter of the year, I think we'll be having a show because there is a series I shared with them I'm working on, which it's titled A Toe, but when translated it means hair. That's the human hair. So the body of works will be celebrating the human hair. Like when you talk of the black hair, the celebration of the black hair, the beauty, the adornment, the beautification, the styling. So you could do that again. So it will be all about celebrating the black hair and the richness of our black hair, the dreadlocks, the braids, the cornrows. So it's gonna be a whole lot. It's gonna be massive, and I hope to see you there. Yeah, thank you so much.
Love it, love it, love it.
Thank you.
And you know what? You just have such a beautiful spirit, joy, gratitude, honor, you know.
Before I create any of my work, I always go I always go on my knees to ask God for an inspiration. I'll ask him, Lord, I need to create these works. I want to do this, I want to do that. What's the plan for me? I'm someone that is very, very intentional about the things of God and it plays in my art. That's why when I tend to make my paintings, I do my paintings in a way that it glorifies God. I don't do it in a way that maybe it glorifies man. I want anybody of any race, of any religion, to be able to hang my works and the person finds inner peace. And I'm looking forward to a time where my paintings will be hung and people will see it and they are healed. Where depressions, people see my paintings, depression go. So basically, the spirituality behind my work is Jesus. That's what I would just tell anybody.
Well, that's evident that I believe that the spirit was what drew me to reach out to you. May God just completely bless your walk. Tell me about your ideal clients.
Okay, to work with anybody, no matter the terms or the condition. I am open to work with galleries. I am open to work with artists. I am open to work with podcasts, just like you. And I'm also open to work with writers. So the basic thing I do before working with anybody is transparency. I am a very transparent person. And I always tell people, I always try to paint this narrative that when you are working with a Nigerian, we are very good people, even if there are bad eggs among us, but there are still good persons among us. For example, like like you are talking to me now. Yeah. So there are still good persons among us. So I always try to pitch transparency, because when there's transparency, there's an understanding. I don't do what you don't want. You don't do what I don't want. So working with me, the basic thing is transparency before any other thing. Before signing the documents and the agreement, we just have to be transparent and have a clear understanding about each other. Yeah. When my works tend to stand as a fight for the female figure. I so much believe in feminism, but feminism from a positive angle. So that's why when you check majority of my works and if you read my background story, you'll discover that I paint female figures to tend to make people understand that these persons, this particular gender, they are equal. They should be given equal rights. They should be given same position in the society. Because why I do that and why I've always considered myself as a change artist and my works will stand as a symbol of change and hope within now, even while I'm alive and while I'm gone. I was born into a polygamous home, and I would say it wasn't really, really funny because my dad was involved though because we didn't lack anything, but we don't get the opportunity to see him. So my mom was the father and the mother figure, if you know what I mean, because she's the one we get to see. She's the one to correct us while we go while we go astray. She comes, she corrects us. She's the one to whip our hearts. She's the one to tell us, okay, you have to do this, you have to do that for you to become this, for you to become that. So while I was trying to pick a technique for myself, I could easily, I'm so emotional right now. I could easily like tell myself, why don't I create my painting? Since by the grace of God, I'm getting views. Why don't I create my paintings for people to know these things? I had an exhibition in 2020, 20, I guess 2023 ends in, yeah, and with a gallery in Lagos, Nigeria. So there's this job I did. Is on Artsy. So it was to celebrate the female figure. I did that painting because for people to see that women are very, very, very involved in our world today. Apart from them being the tool, the key and the passage to life, that's to bring life, they've played other major roles. So I see my art as the art of change. Remember I mentioned something earlier. I said my art is the art of truth. It might not come in a way of it might not come in a way of protest. It might not come in a way of ash tone, but it can come in a way of peace. When you tend to see it, you tend to know the story behind it, you tend to know the backstory about it. So I believe that with time, more persons will begin to see my work and will begin to appreciate my works for what it is. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely. Your creator is the ultimate provider. He is Jehovah Jireh. He
Yeah.
is the healer. He
Exactly.
is everything
Thank you so
we
much.
need. Oh my goodness, thank you for listening because I can go on and on. I love the word of God. I love God. I
Thank
love
you so much.
people,
No,
and you are a
no,
treasure. Wema, you are a true treasure. Thank you so much.
I feel the Richard Beaver's Gallery have given me a platform which I don't take for granted, because if I didn't get to have a connection with them, I would have not been able to meet with you and like the others. So I don't take that for granted.
Amen. All in his
Yeah.
timing, and I am so very grateful for you. The respect, the love, my brother. It is
No.
mutual.
And also never have the giving up factor. Keep on pushing, keep on pushing. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And I always tell people, no matter how it may be now, tomorrow is certain. You don't have to relent. The more you keep on pushing, the more you are hitting a milestone. Just keep on believing in yourself, believe in God, keep on praying, and keep on confessing things positively, and you'll discover everything will be fine. Thank you.
And I thank you, my dear brother,
Okay.
Wema. I am so very grateful for you. You
Whenever
can
you
be
need
back
me.
right here
Yeah,
anytime you want.
much. Thank you so much.